So once again, this video will be the review section of this particular episode because I'm pretty confident it will get nailed. But the actual Com Rac video will be in the description below, so I hope you enjoy. So that was Thunderbirds Are Go, Slingshot. And it was so awesome. Roar! I love the Thunderbirds. This is such a great show. But what makes this episode so good is KO. I can't handle this is basically the whole thing that he's struggling with. That yeah, there's two big problems in this episode. Obviously, it's all the rescuing, and it's also that Alan does not trust himself, but sadly neither does his brothers. Which I could understand, because even, as Ned says, it's like, what are you, 12? Obviously, they're older, and it's difficult for them to trust this, who's effectively a kid and all that stuff, and yeah, he is completely on his own because he's literally on the other side of the solar system, right next to the sun. He's so far from help, but the whole point of this was like, you know what, no, you can handle this. It's like, just take it slow and remember your training. I really like that. I mean, you can see that once he starts doing that, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I know what to do now. He just needs to be reminded, it's like, you know what, you can do this, Alan, I trust you. And that was what was so great with KO, is KO totally has got his back. And this is why it was so vital that KO in the end had to go. And it is a good idea always to have a second pair of hands, just in case something goes wrong, because it inevitably will. And she says, it's like, it's a mission, things go wrong. Totally. But I like that there was so much interesting character stuff going on with Alan. Alan was not just, oh, I'm just the fifth Tracy brother, that was the problem with the original series, is that, yeah, it was basically brothers 1 through 5. There was no difference between them. That's why this series is so much better. These characters are characters. They're not just simply brothers 1 through 5. They've got problems, they've got issues that they have to sort out, but it's still a very lighthearted and fun series, and that's another thing I like about this series over the other one. Unfortunately, I could probably make a whole video over, why I prefer the new series over the old series, but yeah, this series is much more kid show friendly kind of a thing, but it's still got some cool action and some very good miniature work. The original Thunderbirds, it basically was all miniature work because obviously CGI didn't exist back then. But yeah, now this is a combination of CGI characters, miniatures, and I think that was a great combination because no CGI will look as good as a well-made miniature. The best part is, I think a lot of these shots are done with miniatures and not CGI. The audience probably doesn't realize it. I think it's a perfect combination of using CGI characters and doing all the miniature stuff, that you get all the animation possibilities from CGI characters, but then you get the great looking miniatures and the backgrounds and the sets and stuff that just look so good, and I think it's just a great combination that works brilliantly. I really enjoyed this episode. It was definitely very interesting. It's all about problem solving for the Thunderbirds. That's why I like it. It's not just simply, oh, just blast everything in sight, or oh, just use that, it will fix everything for us. Is that sometimes it's like, oh, we can't do that because, oh, if we do that, somebody will get hurt, or oh no, we'll run out of fuel, and I was almost thinking this is almost like Apollo 13. There were so many things that go wrong, one after the other. It's like, we should have died like 5 or 6 times, but we managed to survive, so yes! So I really like this episode for the character drama, and the action, and Ned. Ned is such an interesting character, and let's just say he makes multiple appearances throughout the show. He's almost the Derpy of this series. When you first see him, he seems like such an odd character. It's like he's on this asteroid by himself and he talks to this plant that he's named Gladys, so that's odd. But then again, I must admit, if I lived on an asteroid by myself and I had a plant, I might talk to it too, so yeah, he's a great character. He's a lot of fun. I like him a whole lot, and I'm glad that he makes further appearances in the series. So, So, I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed reacting to it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.